My descent into madness had started like any normal October day. It had reached over 100 degrees in the valley, which ultimately caused me to pine for the brown leaf autumn of the Midwest. This is where I began to long for true sweater weather, relaxed breezes, and freshly baked pies. So, like any self-respecting adult, I packed my car for a day trip up north towards the lush green mountains, far away from the sweltering dry heat of the desert. Something inside me had formed, and for an almost unexplainable reason, I had a taste for pumpkin spice coffee. It had been a while since I had the opportunity to experience one of my favorite seasons of the year. However, little did I realize this task would drive me to the brink of insanity. I started strong at the beginning of my adventure with a balanced coffee beverage. La Colombe offers a latte in a can that features all the spices and pumpkin one could ask for. As I finished the drink and reached my destination, I found an appreciation for what I had consumed. Just like the transition from summer to winter, the La Colombe coffee brought a balanced set of feelings to my senses. Nothing was overbearing. The robustness from the beans were present. The foam cream added a palate-clearing sweetness, and just a hint of pumpkin puree that complements the aroma of cardamom perfectly. This drink brought on exactly the type of feelings I had in my youth eating a homemade pumpkin pie. The bug had bit me. With my new lust for pumpkin spice drinks, I started a search to experience more of these style of drinks offered by the variety of roasters. My next drink was hardly as superb. The Dutch Brothers iced coffee is a super sugary and watered down mess with next to no pumpkin flavor and only contains what I could estimate as a hint of nutmeg. Once I reached the bottom, I received a mouthful of sugar crystals, none of which has the flavor of pumpkin puree or pie spices, cinnamon, cardamom, or nutmeg. This is when the addiction for finding the perfect coffee grew. I was left wanting something more. While the day was perfect, I felt that there was one little piece of the puzzle missing, and it was within my reach. I made my way back into the desert and picked up Starbucks' take on the pumpkin spice latte. This was the most sweet and creamy beverage out of the bunch. Holy cow, is it sweet! When I talk to people about this one, they describe it as the most flavorful. It tastes almost a pure syrup, which, if that's what you like, then I suppose that's what you like. However, while there's a ton of spice and pumpkin puree to the taste, I couldn't get over how syrupy it is. Both the iced and hot are pretty similar in taste, so there's no real advantage if you want something that isn't a thick syrup bomb. With the growing lust left unsatisfied, I looked at the next big thing, Dunkin' Donuts, sugary and milky. Their pumpkin latte has no other flavor that's a part of the drink's profile. No coffee, no pumpkin, no nothing. Surely, the best couldn't have just been the first can. There had to be something else I could buy right out of the box and enjoy for what it was advertised as. I was getting close. The Black Rock Pumpkin Blondie. The beverage does have a character of coffee, but still pretty creamy and sweet. It is considered a blondie, so brown sugar and vanilla is going to be a part of the flavor, but still not anywhere close to eating a pumpkin pie. That's when I started to think perhaps I shouldn't rely on a conglomerate to make my dream coffee. I decided that I'm going to have to try some options prepared from home. Starbucks instant coffee was almost on the money. To my surprise, it has an actual coffee aroma and taste. The medium roast of the beans are complemented with a flurry of strong fall spices and a smidgen of pumpkin. I still crave for a latte, so I figured if I can get some sort of creamer or milk to round out all the bright spice flavors, it would be exactly what I was hunting for. That's when I got a crazy idea. Perhaps I could create something that was simple but perfectly complex to satisfy my taste buds. With my own mix of Trader Joe's pumpkin oat milk and Starbucks spiced coffee, I became a mad scientist bringing life to a freshly dug up corpse. Fusing just the right blend of coffee, spices, and pumpkin flavored oat milk, I had discovered it. With that, I had finally obsessively accomplished what I wanted to achieve and felt closure. While there's nothing made straight from the syrup containers and bean grinders I can enjoy at one of the many mega corporations, I could at least concoct something with simple ingredients that provided an extra layer of comfort the fall brings to me every year. After my descent into madness, I can now find solace and rest easy knowing that next year, when I get the random hankering for pumpkin spice lattes, I can just make it myself.